If you are in the real estate niche, I'm going to show you how you can automate 99% of the things in your business, and we're going to do it with very simple prompts inside of Twin. Now, Twin can automate any niche, but if you're in real estate, I've got some cool automations that I want to show you today that are probably going to be very applicable to your business. We're going to be scraping new property listings. We're going to be enriching data of the people that actually apply to, buy a house or sell a house with us. And we're going to be doing a few other things in this video. And the best part is you don't need any technical knowledge. You don't need any APIs. You don't need any of these confusing lingos. All you need to do is type in plain English what you want into Twin and it will do it for you. And to prove it, let's jump straight in. So I think the best thing to do is to start with a really simple automation that pretty much every single person in real estate will be using, which is scraping new leads and new listings. So all we're going to do is go ahead and type in every morning, scrape new property listings from Zillow, matching my criteria, and add them to Google Sheets and send me a summary via email. Now, of course, we could do this to Slack, or we could do this even to like WhatsApp or Telegram. It doesn't really matter. We can do all of this inside of Twin. Let's just use email because it's simple and easy. And let's be honest, everybody in real estate uses WhatsApp or email. It's like one or the other. Now, of course, based on where you live, you will obviously need to change the information here. So for example, Zillow, you might need to use Zillow. For if you're in, Thailand, you might use Fazwaz or whatever it's called. Wherever you are, you just use the one that's relevant for you. And if you don't even know what that is for somehow, if you're in this niche and you don't even know what it is, you can just ask Twin to figure it out for you. So the first thing that Twin is asking us for is which zip codes should I search? So let's actually go ahead and give it the one that it suggested, because I'm not American. I don't know where that is. What type of listings? For sale by owner, for rent. Let's actually go ahead and do for sale by the owner. And the price range, let's say 500K to 1 million. Let's get bougie here. Let's get rich. And only show listings posted within the last 7 days. Sounds good. Now from here, Twin is most likely going to explain to us what the plan is and just re-clarify with us what we actually want to build. And as you can see, that's what it's doing. So every single morning, scrape new for sale by owner listings. So what it's done is it's re-refined the prompt. So you've gave it something that's a bit more vague. It's asked you a few more clarifying questions, and now it's actually got exactly what you want. And again, if you want to adjust something, you can click let me adjust something, make a change, and so on. But in this example, we'll just go ahead and click build it. Now, the cool thing is, you may have noticed, is that it already pulled my email. That's because I use Twin all the time. So it knows, oh, well, let's just use Ryan's email. Of course, I could change it in that last section where it asks me if I want to change something, but it's cool that it already knew that I should use the Gmail that I've already provided to it. And it's the same with all of the integrations that you have inside of Twin. If you use Slack all the time, it will reference Slack. If you have a Gmail, it will reference Gmail. If you have a particular sheet or Google Sheet that you always work in, it will do that too. And Twin's really good. And I feel like you get the most of the benefit of Twin when you actually use it all the time, when all of your integrations are already connected. Now, as you can see, it's using Twin's automatic scraper. Inside of Twin, we've built a scraping application that will scrape for you. You don't even have to do anything, and you definitely don't need to use browser configurations to do this. And if you don't know what that is, if you use other tools like Manus, even Claude, sometimes it will use the browser to scrape these leads manually, and that's very credit intensive and very costly. We want to try and keep the price as cheap as possible, and it's actually just using our native scraper. So it says it will come back in 35 seconds when it's done. So let's just wait around and see what it gets once it's finished. And again, in terms of work that we've done here, what have we done here? Maybe 10 seconds of typing in a prompt. I would even use like TTS, like text to speech, and give it more context and just talk and ramble a little bit, dump it all into Twin, and you're gonna get a much more refined prompt. But obviously we're just making a YouTube video today, but the more information you give it, the better the automation will be and the more specific it will be for you. It's great. You can just sit here, drink coffee, and let it just build this for you. I'm not actually touching my computer at any point during this. I'm just literally waiting for it to finish. Now, it seems I've messed up because my lack of American knowledge that Beverly Hills doesn't realistically have any properties that are around 500K to $1 million. So that's my bad. So we're going to have to make some adjustments to the prompt. But the cool thing is that it's still going ahead and building these out, and it's still saying, yeah, just to clarify, there isn't any. But who knows? Maybe this would be the deal of a century if somehow a property did show up for this postcode and you were the first one to see it because Twin emailed you about it. But obviously I'm talking hypothetically here. Let's of course go in, re-refine it, and get better responses. So as you can see, it has actually built out the Google Sheet. Obviously, it just didn't find any, unfortunately, and it will scrape it daily at 8 a.m. And you can see that here by clicking on the time trigger section. Now, of course, you can adjust this. You can add a webhook and so on. And you can see the instructions, which is almost like an SOP. It's very clear, and you can even change this if you like and go in and type and make some changes if you wanted to too. So obviously my example didn't work because I'm looking for houses that are $500K to $1 million in Beverly Hills, but let's try somewhere a little bit different. And it actually gave me that suggestion. It said, would you like to expand the search, for example, adding nearby zip codes? So yes, go ahead and add nearby zip codes that will actually have results for the 500K to 1M range. And then it's just going to go ahead and do that. But again, in terms of the work that we've actually done here, 30 seconds, a minute of work, nothing. We're just sitting around drinking coffee and waiting for this to be done. Now, let's be honest, how long would this take for you to do this on your own? Just be honest here. And on top of that, how much would it cost to get somebody else to do this for you? What a headache. Why not just use Twin? And by the way, this is working even in the free credits that you get inside of Twin. So even if you don't want to spend a single penny at Twin, and you don't want to have a premium account, you could do this for free with a free account on Twin. Now, as you can see, it's running the scrape again. So all we got to do is wait 1 minute and 30 seconds as this is just scraping all of these different leads. So in the meantime, we can go and run another automation at the exact same time. So to do that, all we're going to do is go to the homepage again, and we're going to type in this prompt, for example, which is every day monitor public records for new property transfers in my zip codes and add them to a Google Sheet and send me a Slack notification with highlights. So we can start running that. And that's actually just going to work in parallel with the other one at the same time. Now, again, it's going to ask me similar questions. It's going to say which zip code. So I can just say, you pick in this example. Obviously, you're going to be more specific. Which Slack channel would you like it to go to? Let's say we want it to go to real estate. And what should the Slack highlight include? Let's say we want the total transfers count, the highest sale price, and we want the new listings versus resales. Now, as you can see, it's actually going to go ahead and it's picked Beverly Hills as an example, which may be a benefit or a negative. We're going to find out in a second. Maybe there's a lot of transfers that don't happen in Beverly Hills. I don't know. I'm not American, but it's actually going ahead and building this out. So it can see there's no existing tools or instructions for Slack. So it's just going to go ahead and build that. It's going to go and find if we already have a Slack channel called real estate, which I think we do actually, because we've done some other builds on this YouTube channel for real estate. And then it's going to go ahead and run some scrapers to go ahead and find this stuff. And look, it's found the real estate channel inside of my Slack, and now it's running the same scrape. So while we're waiting on that, let's go back and check on the other automation. Now, this time on the first automation that we did, it's actually returned some responses. So it's extended it for 14 days. Now, as you can see, when we come back to the first automation, it's now added all 9 of these different zip codes. And if you check our email, we're actually getting these emails. It's obviously in this example showing that there's none. And it's also showing a Google Sheet, which we can see, which of course is not having any. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue prompting this until we actually get a location that has, some, so that we can actually see what the results look like. But I will say it's pretty cool that it was able to add a bunch of different zip codes without me even really having to do anything, and it wasn't a big stretch for it to add these. Now, if we jump back to our property transfer automation, you can see that there's been a total of 88 transfers, with the highest being $47 million. We can expand this and we can actually see a little bit of information here as well, which is really helpful. But let's go ahead and click approve, because this is all looking correct to me. As you can see, it's actually making the Google Sheet. It's got 88 rows, and we're about to see it live in just a second. And by the way, all of this for both automations has been less than 15 minutes if I look at the clock. So we're really not doing anything here. We're just waiting around for it to be done. Now, the cool thing is, what I will say is that a lot of the work is in the building of this automation. And once it's actually working, we can just run it and it's much more efficient. And there's a reason for this. There's 2 different modes inside of Twin. There's build mode and there's run mode. Build mode is where you're building the automation and you're setting the instructions, the expectations, and building everything out. This, of course, is going to be the most costly in terms of your credits. Still very cheap, but it's going to cost more credits than, for example, when you run it. But once it's built out, Twin will automatically switch from build mode to run mode. And you don't have to do anything to do this. It'll just automatically happen. And it's going to switch to run, which is a cheaper model that is used primarily just for executing the tasks. And the best part about this is that it gets cheaper every single time that we use it, and it's going to be able to self-anneal and heal if there's something wrong in the process with this automation. Now, as you can see, it's created the Google Sheet. So if we click on this, you can see all of the different properties, transfer types, buyer, seller, zip codes. You can see all of them here. It's going to run every day at 8 a.m. Bangkok time. And you can actually see that here on the time trigger as well. And you can adjust these times. And you can see the instructions again, which is like an SOP. If you wanted to add more to this, like a deal scorer or a seller outreach agent, you can build these, and Twin's already given you this information and these options. So you don't even have to come up with the ideas even anymore. Twin will just suggest them. Now, if we head back to our original automation, it's now scraped a few different items because it's looking in the Phoenix and Scottsdale, Arizona area, which has more $500K to $1 million range builds. So as you can see, it's found 3 different properties, and we're going to go ahead and approve this. Now all we need to do is wait for the Google Sheet and then wait for the email, and we'll check it out. Now, another automation that we might want to do is, let's say, for example, somebody's going to fill out a form on our website. Every single time they do that, we might want to quickly go and scrape their information on LinkedIn, see if they're like a legitimate buyer, and then maybe we can reach out to them. So we're going to use this prompt, which is when a new lead fills out my website form, enrich their profile with Gmail or LinkedIn data, and add to Google Sheets and send a personalized follow-up email. So this is like an all-in-one automation. So click send, and this is going to start building this out for us. Now, as you can see on the previous automation, we have now received the email. We get this really kind of pretty email that shows us the 3 different listings that it's found. We can jump into the full spreadsheet as well, and we can see the different beds, baths, and square foot, and the price, which is really cool. I didn't even ask it for that. And it also has the Zillow links as well, which we can click in and look at. This is really helpful. You could give this to your team if they needed to make outreach or whatever, or you could use this internally. Super powerful, and it's done all of this inside of Twin in literally 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Doesn't even take that long. So in the final automation that we're building, it's now setting up a webhook to track the different form applications that we get for our real estate company. It's also going to configure a LinkedIn enrichment system, and it's going to build out that Google Sheet and that Gmail. So all of this is being built inside of one automation, and we don't even have to do anything. And one other really cool thing is that it's pulling from an Apify LinkedIn scraper. So this is something that you would actually traditionally need to know about and then integrate into the build that you're doing. Whereas on Twin, it just already knows about it, and it's just going to do it automatically for you. It literally did the research for you to know that there's an Apify LinkedIn scraper. So that's super cool too. Now, in this example, we're going to use Typeform. Obviously, you could use Google Forms or something else, for example. But in this example, we'll just go ahead and authenticate our Typeform. And literally all we're doing here is signing into Typeform. It's not some complicated API documentation thing. We literally just sign in like we normally would. And then it says, hey, do you want to connect Twin to Typeform? And then we just say, yes, accept. And that's it, very simple. And the cool thing is that we never have to connect it again, and it will always know that we use Typeform moving forward. So if I ever make other Typeforms, it will ask me, well, do you want to use this one or this one? The more you use Twin, the better it is, basically. And by the way, one thing that will happen whenever you make a new integration is Twin will ask you about your notifications, which you can see here. And I think this is interesting because you might not want certain notifications, but it's good to know that you can set your notifications in the way that you want them. So you could get notifications when an agent needs your attention, or if there was a failure, or if you've ran out of credits, for example, and you can set these up as a browser notification, a Slack, or even an email. So that's pretty cool. Now, by the way, while we're waiting on this, if you are in real estate and you want me to build any other automations for your real estate business or the real estate niche that you're working in, please let me know in the comment section. I'll literally go ahead and build it for you and then show it on this YouTube channel. And who knows, if it's a good automation, we may even give you something as a reward. Now, one little side note with Typeform, by the way, guys, is that let's say, for example, I didn't have a form already built. Well, I can just tell Twin to make the form and it will build it. And that's exactly what I've done here. I've just said, hey, I don't have a form, build it for me. And it's actually going through the process of using the API to build it out, which is really cool. So now you don't even have to waste like 30 minutes or an hour building out some complicated type form. You can just ask Twin to make it for you. Now, right here, it's asking me to verify the mapping of the type form. So what's your full name, your email, because this is what it says in the type form. And it just wants to know if this is actually good. And again, you can see it saying I need to submit a test response for the form so we know the data works. We need to enrich via LinkedIn, create the Google Sheet, send the email. Again, these are like the steps that you would have to pay a developer or an automations expert to do, but Twin will just do it for you for free. Now, the cool thing is LinkedIn search is actually running right now, and it just paused for about 20 seconds. So in about 5 seconds, we're going to see how it did. And as you can see, it's saying that the LinkedIn search worked and that the test name Ryan Twin actually matched a joke profile, which is good. So that's all working correctly. Now, obviously, you'll be using this with real leads that realistically speaking will probably have LinkedIn. So this is a good opportunity for us to enrich that data. And then obviously we can reach out to them as well via Gmail. And as you can see, if we check the Gmail right now, it's actually sent us a test email. So it actually says, "Hi, Ryan, thanks for reaching out about your real estate needs. I've noticed you're a student at University of Polytechnic. It's great to connect with someone from I saw your interest in house properties within the 250K to 500K range, and your timeline is within the next 6 months. I'd love to help you find exactly what you're looking for. I'll be in touch soon to discuss." Now, obviously, we could additionally add more and more and more to this to make it better. This is just a test email. We could make it very specific. We could put a custom section in there to, pull up something very unique about them, or maybe give them our WhatsApp to reach out to us or something like that, or send them a bunch of links. All of this is literally a prompt away inside of Twin, but you can kind of see how cool this is. How often as real estate agents are you constantly just going back and forth with people? Now you don't even need to do that. You can just type it into Twin that you don't want to do that anymore, and then it's done. And you can see the Google Sheet has been created as well with an example lead, collecting the name, email, phone number, property type, budget, timeline, contact time, the LinkedIn title, the LinkedIn URL, and a few other things, and when it was submitted and so on. So as you can see, Twin is extremely powerful for real estate agents. And again, if you want me to build more real estate automations on this channel, please let me know in the comment section. I honestly want to build them for you. And if you make good suggestions, we will give you rewards on this channel, whether it be a free membership or whether it be some additional credits or maybe even a cash prize like we just did on LinkedIn, where we did the 21-day challenge. If you haven't checked that out, you should definitely check that out. But yeah, we're here to help you get the results you're looking for in the real estate niche and any niche ultimately. But I'll see you guys in the next video.